Hello, my name is Mooing Cat and welcome to my complete overview of the Castle system. In this video I will go over all you need to know about this feature, what it is, how you can level it up, all the different ways you can gain points to level it up, what kind of rewards you get, and also a little bit about how long you should expect it to take to get to specific levels. So I will start by looking at all the different rewards you can get, then I'll look at all the different ways you can get points to level it up, and then finally how long it'll take you to level it to certain levels. But before I do that, let me quickly go over the castle system if you are not familiar with it already. So the castle system is a new building on the outskirts of your city that rewards you for everyday actions that you would otherwise do anyways. So for actions like fighting, negotiating, doing daily challenges, and a couple of more, you will gain points, and with these points you level up your castle system all the way up to level 15 at the moment. They might add more levels in the future, but as we'll see later on, it will take you quite a long time to get to level 15. The building, the castle system, has a couple of different looks. In total, there are 6 different looks depending on what level you have it in. At level 0, you will see it's not even constructed. And then as you level it up at level 1, 4, 7, 11, and 15, it will grow, become a little bit bigger, and look generally nicer in your city. Now, if you, for some reason, want to hide that from your neighbors, from your friends, people who visit your city, you can go into settings and here display castle level when visited. You can disable that, and if you do, people who visit your city will not see what level your castle system is. Not quite sure why you would have that, but if you want, that's an option. So in general, it's a way that rewards you for doing regular everyday actions that you would do otherwise. And I'll get more into details about all the ways you can get points a little bit later, or if you want, you can skip right ahead to that now. So let's look at all the different rewards you can get, because you can actually get a lot of very nice rewards from the castle system. So each level has a one-time reward that you get when you reach that level. You also get some permanent rewards, such as boosts and so on, that is permanent. And then additionally, you get a reward box, which you can collect every day. And this box gives you certain rewards when you collect it. So for me, I'm only level 1, so I get 1 forge point and 5 goods. But as you'll see, this grows quite a bit. So let's first look at the one-time rewards. At level 2, you get 2 quite nice portraits. I quite like both of these. You also get a finish all supply production, which is quite nice for events and so on. At level 3, which is quite easy to get to, as we'll see in a moment, you get a rogue hideout. And this is especially nice on new worlds, and as we know, Inno are releasing new worlds on quite a few servers in the upcoming days. If you're watching this video when it comes out, if not, the worlds are already added. But for those worlds, this reward will be very nice, allows you to produce more rogues from the beginning of the world, which should be really, really nice. Then at level 4 you get a wishing well, which is quite nice for diamond farms, but also in the new world it's not the worst building to have early on in the world. You'll probably delete it later on, but yeah, it's not a bad building at the beginning. You also get to finish all coin production, which is nice. But not as good as the finished supply production. At level 5 you get another 2 portraits. I really like this one, quite nice. Like this one as well. And here you get the first emissary slots. In total you will get 3 new emissary slots from different levels. So that is very nice, especially for established players who have played through all or most of the settlements. They have plenty of emissaries that they can't use, so getting some additional slots here will be quite nice. You also get a Shrine of Knowledge, which again is not, even though it's quite outdated at this point, it's not too bad in a new world. Will give you some additional coins and forge points, but if in established worlds it sells for quite a lot in the antiques dealer. You also get a Wishing Well Shrink Kit, so you can shrink the Wishing Well you already got in the previous level, or sell it to the antique dealer as well. At level 6, you get another Rogue Hideout and a Rogue Hideout Shrink Kit. That is very nice. An additional Rogue Hideout, especially again in new cities, will be very nice. And again, you get another Finish All supply productions, which also very nice for events. If you're in a rush, if you're on a new world, for example, very nice. At level 7, another Shrine of Knowledge, again nice for new worlds. You get another Wishing Well Shrink Kit and a Finish All coin productions. At level 8, you get some portraits, another Wishing Well, another Rogue Hideout, and another Rogue Hideout Shrink Kit, and another Finish All supply productions. Very nice. And then you can see you get some more Shrine of Knowledge, Wishing Well, another Emissary slot. You get that at level 5, 10, and 15. Yet another Rogue Hideout, and again on the new cities, that'll be very nice to have. And yeah, it'll continue to grow. Another Shrine of Knowledge, another Wishing Well. So plenty of good buildings to place in new cities or to sell in established cities. So quite nice rewards. Really cool looking portraits in my opinion. So you see what you can get here. In addition to all of those rewards, you also get some permanent rewards, which I'll use the wiki to explain a little bit more, if I can find it. Here we go. So here we have all of the different types of boosts or rewards you get, permanent rewards. You get attack boost for your attacking army, which is really nice. Or you get boosts for your attacking army, both attack and defense values boosts. You also get for your city defense boosts for attack and defense there. You get some coin and supply boosts, which again are quite nice on new cities in the new world, so looking forward to get that. You also get a Friends Tavern boost cost reduction, which you can already see here. I'm only level 1, but if I go into the tavern, if I go here, you can see that these costs here are a little bit reduced. Only 2% I believe right now, but these will be reduced more as you grow, meaning you can buy these for cheaper. Then, if we continue, you have the campaign map time reduction, which is also quite nice for the new cities. A lot of these are very nice for new cities, so I really like that the castle system is coming out now at the same time as the new cities. So yeah, this simply reduces the time it takes to scout on the continent map, which is really nice. Then you have a cultural settlement playthrough reward, which adds some additional forge points for each settlement you complete, or after each settlement you get some additional forge points, which is also really nice. You also have this cultural settlement cooldown reduction, which reduces the time you have to wait after you abandon a settlement before you can start the next one. And this is especially nice for people who play a settlement to do the first couple of quests to get the reward and then abandon the settlement. For those who remember the early days of the settlements, before the cooldown was added, that was a strategy on the Viking settlement. You could do the first handful of quests, get some forge points, abandon, and repeat. But yeah, this will make those strategies better, especially for the Mughal Empire, where you can get some Wishing Well fragments after a couple of quests. This will make it easier or quicker to get those on diamond worlds for those who want to do that. You also get additional antique dealer coins when you exchange items, which is quite nice. And you get additional gems, which is also very nice. And you get additional dealer slots in the antique dealer. So in general, a lot of nice additions when you sell items to the antique dealer. So if we go into the antique dealer, I don't have any slots yet, but if I go over here, you can see at level 5 and at level 12, you get an additional slot in the antique dealer, which is really, really nice. So yeah, and as well, you get some additional coins. I'm not sure if that's said here, how much additional you get, but yeah. Wrong way. And then finally, you also get some time reduction for the PvP arena. which reduces the time it takes to refill attempts. Personally, I don't really play on the PvP arena, so not too interesting for me, but that is something that you might like. So, in this table here, you can see how much of all of these different boosts you get from the different levels. So if you just look at a few of these, you can see that for attack boosts, all the way at level 15, you get, it's a little bit interesting, but you get 45% attack for your attacking, 45% attack and defense for your attacking army, as well as 35% attack for your attacking army. So 80% attack and 45% defense for your attacking army. Not quite sure why they split that into two, but they did. You also get up to 100% coin and supply boost, which is not too much, but it is quite nice. And even at low levels, even something like 40-50%, it is quite nice to get that for the new cities especially. Yeah, you can also see how many forge points you get after completing a settlement, up to 25 additional forge points, which is quite nice. The time reduction goes all the way up to 50%, so that's quite nice. Means that it's 12 hours instead of 24. And yeah. Okay, here you can see how much extra you get, and yeah, you don't get extra before level 8, so that's why that didn't show in-game. But in higher levels, you will get some additional things when you sell to the antiques dealer. So if you already have a decent amount of coins and gems, I would wait with selling until you get the antiques dealer and get the castle system higher up, so that you can use these in combination with that. So yeah, in addition to those, there is one more way to, one more reward, and that is the daily collection box, daily reward box. As you can see, at level 1, it gives 1 forge points and 5 goods, which is not too bad, but not that much. But as you grow, you can see that this grows up quite a bit. So at level 7, for example, which shouldn't take too long to get to, you will get 15 forge points, 30 goods, all the way up to at level 15, you will get 40 forge points per day, as well as 75 goods. So that is very nice. And as I kind of mentioned earlier on, you get all of these rewards from actions you would do otherwise in the game. So you don't have to do anything special for the castle system. You get these rewards for free. So that brings me into ways you can get castle system rewards. The first and most simple one is the daily chest here, where for each day you get some coins. This increases each day, so I have collected for 5 days, so today I'm collecting 30, tomorrow I am collecting 35, and after 7 days this goes back to, I believe it is 15 or 20 on day 1. We'll see that in a moment. So yeah, that's very nice, and this, as well as the reward box, it resets at midnight server time, so no matter when you collect in the day, this will always refresh at midnight, so that's quite nice. So you don't have to collect on time each day. So yeah, that's one way to get points, or to get points for the castle system. There are a couple more, and all of these are listed here on the. Where are they? Here we go. So here you have all of the different ways you can gain points. So the probably the most useful ones are for fighting and negotiating. So when you fight, it doesn't matter if it's in the guild expedition or somewhere else. When you fight, you get a certain amount of points. So you can see that I got 30 castle system points for this fight. This number goes down, so my next fight will give me 28 points. Next one after that will give me 26 points, and so on. In total, you will get points from 15 battles each day. And same thing with negotiation. The first negotiation will give you 20 points. 30 points, sorry. And the next one will give you 28, next one 26, and so on. and you can also do 15 negotiations. So each day you can do up to 15 fights and negotiations, in total 240 points from each of these per day. You also see here, and these reset at midnight, so after midnight again you can start fighting and negotiating again and get points. You'll also see here that for this specific one here, you can see that I get a little bit more points, and that's because every big encounter or every fourth encounter in the guild expedition, so this one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here, all of those four in all the 4 levels will give additional points. At level 1, Guild Expedition level 1, all of those give 15 additional points. So if you go back here, here I get 30 points for the negotiation itself, plus 15 additional. And here you can see that for the fight, I get 28 points, because I already completed a fight. So here I get 15 plus 28, so 43. But it doesn't matter which one you do, no matter where you negotiate or fight, you will get those points up to 15 times per day. Here you can see that at level 2 you get 30 points for each of these. At level 3 you get 45 for each of these 4 big encounters, and finally 60 each at level 4. So that's quite nice. Now, another way to get points is through the Antiques dealer. Here you will get a certain amount of points for each of these items here that you can buy. The specific amount, not quite sure how that is calculated, but you can find all of the prices listed on the Wikipedia page here for the Antiques dealer. Here you can find all the different amounts of castle points you get for all the different items. In addition to that, you also get 30 points on each successful auction you win. So that's a flat amount. No matter how much you spend to win the item, you get 30 castle points. So I imagine that this will mean that low cost items will be a little bit more expensive, because people will probably bid on them a little bit higher than they usually do in order to get those additional castle system points. So low cost items will probably have a little bit higher price now, but I don't think it will impact high cost items that much, if at all. One interesting thing is that you do not get any points for selling items to the Antiques dealer. Not quite sure why they decided to do it that way, but yeah, you don't get points for selling to the Antiques dealer. Another big way to get points is through daily challenges. So for each daily challenge you complete, you get 100 castle points, and for every 7 daily challenges you complete, in addition to the challenges chest we are familiar with, you also get 700 castle points. So you can also look at that as 200 points per daily challenge you complete. And just a quick aside on daily challenges, this might mean that you might have to get a few more blacksmiths in your city if you want to complete them more easily. Also, if you don't like the continent map related quest, a simple trick for that is that if you don't have any sectors scouted, so if I had conquered this province here, as well as this, so if I had conquered all of these provinces, that means that I would not get continent map related quests from the daily challenge. So that's a simple trick you can do if you don't want those quests. So conquer all the provinces you have scouted and you won't get those quests. And also, when you have here, I'm scouting a new sector here, this will be done in 5 hours, but if I conquered both this and the other sector I have now, if I conquered all of those, that means I wouldn't get those quests, and until I go back to the continent map again, the scout isn't registered. So that's a simple trick. When you start scouting, no matter when it is completed, it will not be registered before you enter the map again. So even if this is completed in 5 hours, if I don't open the continent map, it will not count as completed. So that's something to keep in mind when you start your daily challenge. If you don't have any sectors scouted, if you have conquered all the ones you have scouted, you will not get continent map related quests here. Alright, that's just a quick aside for that. Finally, you can also get castle points for buying diamonds. We don't know how much you get for the different purchases, but I have seen the number 500 points per dollar spent thrown around. Not sure how accurate that is, but yeah, you do get some points when you buy diamonds. So what does all of this mean? Well, all of this means that per day you will be able to get up to 800 points for free for all of these different actions. That is excluding buying or winning items in the antique dealer. That comes on top of that, but without those you can get up to 799 per day, 5,595 per week. So what does that mean for progression times? Well, in total, to get to level 15, you needed just above 1 million points. So in order to get to level 15, it'll take around 3.5 years if you get all of these points each day. And that's quite a long time. Personally, I'm not too bothered about that long time. Because if we look at some of the previous levels, they don't actually take too long. So, for example, level 10, which is already quite high up, will only take you around 9 months, for example, if you do all of those per day. Getting to level 11, for example, will take you 1 year. So, within 1 year, you should be able to get all the way to level 10, 11. And already at those levels, you do get quite nice rewards and boosts. So yeah, I'm not too bothered about it taking that long to get to the final levels, because these levels here, which doesn't take too long to get to, are very nice. So yeah, I'll link this spreadsheet in the description if you want to look over all these yourself. It's not the prettiest looking spreadsheet, but I'll link it nonetheless. And I think with that, I think I've covered all I wanted to cover. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you learned something about the castle system. Hope this gave you an overview of how it works, what you can get, and how you can level it up. So with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. But before I end, I would like to thank my Patreons. I would like to thank Homestar, Merrick B, PQ the Goat, Arthur, Sabathiel, Hugo Count von Count, Rocco, Henrik der Erklärbär, and Mattia. Thank you all very much for your support. If you want to support me, the link is in the description. Thank you very much for watching, take care, and I will see you in the future.